Can a smartphone really capture fire without messing up the colors or blowing out the brightness? That's exactly what Huawei is trying to prove with its upcoming Pura 80 series. A recent video shared by Richard Yu, the chairman of Huawei's Consumer Business Group, gave us a quick look at what the new Pura 80 can do when it comes to video recording. And it's not just another promo clip. It's a direct demonstration of how well this phone handles one of the hardest scenes to capture: flames. You see, recording fire with a phone camera isn't as simple as pressing record. Fire is tricky. It glows, it flickers, and its color changes depending on the temperature. Sometimes it's orange, sometimes blue, and it can throw off a camera's exposure really fast. Plus, the light from flames can distort nearby objects and make videos look blurry or washed out. That's why most phones struggle when you try to record something like a campfire or a birthday candle in a dark room. You either lose the detail, get weird colors, or the whole shot turns out way too bright. But according to Richard Yu, the Huawei Pura 80 changes that. In the clip he shared, the Pura 80 was used to shoot flames directly, and the result looked very clean. The flames layers stayed sharp, the colors were correct, and there wasn't any overexposure. That means the highlights, the brightest parts of the fire, weren't blown out. And that's important because it tells us the camera is doing a better job of balancing light and shadow in real time. Even more interesting, there was no need to adjust camera settings manually. Usually, to shoot something like this, you'd need to change things like exposure, white balance, or even find the perfect angle. But with the Pura 80, it seems like you just hit record, and that's it. The phone handles the rest. Now, while the teaser didn't go into technical camera specs, what it shows is clear. Huawei is putting serious focus on video quality, especially in difficult lighting. The company wants people to know that this phone isn't just about high megapixel numbers. It's about making sure every scene, even the toughest ones, looks great without extra effort. There were also a few hints about the phone's design. While Richard Yu didn't fully show the back of the device, subtitles and hand movements covered most of it. Some Weibo users say the model he used was likely the Pura 80 Pro or maybe even the Pro Plus version. One of the giveaways, the phone, was in Huawei's rose red color, which is usually used for higher-end models. As for the build, it seems to have a large screen with slightly curved edges and a solid metal frame in the middle. It definitely looks like a premium phone. Now, Huawei hasn't fully revealed the phone yet, but this teaser makes one thing clear. The company is really pushing video performance this time around. So if you're someone who loves recording, everyday moments, or just wants a phone that won't mess up a video of your next campfire, birthday, or fireworks show, the Huawei Pura 80 might be worth watching out for. What do you think? Would better video quality be enough to get you to try Huawei again? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this quick update, hit the like button and subscribe for more simple and honest tech news. Right here. Thanks for watching. Have you ever picked up a phone and thought, wow, this is super thin? Well, Apple might be going all in on that idea with its next iPhone, but at what cost? Let's talk about the iPhone 17 Air, which is shaping up to be Apple's thinnest iPhone yet. It's pretty, it's sleek, and it's expected to replace the current Plus model in the upcoming iPhone 17 lineup. But here's the thing. One feature that many people were hoping for might not be part of the deal. Now, a few weeks ago, there was a rumor that got everyone excited. It said the base iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Air might finally get a promotion. Display, something Apple has only put in its Pro models so far. For those who've never used one, ProMotion means your screen feels buttery smooth and can adapt its refresh rate, going up to 120 Hz when you're scrolling and all the way down to 1 Hz when you're not touching it, which also helps save battery. But now a newer report says, not so fast. According to the latest leaks, the iPhone 17 Air might still get a 120 Hz display, just not the full ProMotion experience. That means it won't be adaptive and most likely won't support the always-on display feature that the Pro iPhones have. That's a bit of a letdown, especially for people who were hoping the Air would bridge the gap between the base and Pro models. So what do we actually know about the iPhone 17 Air so far? Well, design is where Apple is really pushing the limits. The phone is expected to be extremely thin, possibly just around 5.5 millimeters. That's thinner than any iPhone Apple has made before, and even thinner than most Android phones. It also seems to have a new camera layout, something similar to what we've seen on recent Pixel phones with a horizontal camera bar on the back. Sounds nice, right? But here's the catch. When you make a phone that thin, you usually have to make compromises somewhere. And in this case, it could be the battery size. A thinner phone likely means a smaller milliampere-hour battery. Now, Apple is reportedly trying to fix that by improving battery efficiency. But let's be real. No matter how efficient your software is, a smaller battery is still going to struggle, especially with a 120Hz display. So while the iPhone 17 Air might look amazing, it raises a few questions. Will it last long on a single charge? Will it feel like a downgrade just for the sake of looking thin? And there's something else to think about. How many people are going to even notice that thinness once they put a case on it? Most of us do that anyway to protect our phones, and once it's inside a case, the whole super thin thing kind of disappears. Some people are already comparing the iPhone 17 Air to the upcoming Galaxy S25 Edge, which is also focused on being thin and stylish. But early signs suggest that Samsung's new Edge model isn't selling as well as they hoped. So could the same thing happen to Apple? Only time will tell. What if your next iPhone could run faster, use less battery, and stay cooler, all at the same time? Sounds like a dream, right? But according to new leaks, Apple might actually be getting close to making it happen with the iPhone 18 Pro. And the secret lies in something you can't even see: the A20 chip. Let's break it down in simple terms. We haven't even seen the iPhone 17 yet, but the iPhone 18 is already stealing some of the spotlight. It's expected to launch in 2026, and if these rumors are true, it could be one of Apple's biggest upgrades in years. Now you might be thinking, didn't the iPhone 17 already get a redesign? And didn't the iPhone 16 bring some chip changes? Yes, but the iPhone 18 Pro might go way beyond that. According to analyst Jeff Pugh, Apple's working on a brand new chip called the A20. This chip is expected to be built using Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company's 2-nanometer process. That's smaller than any iPhone chip we've seen before. Just to compare, the chip in the iPhone 15 Pro, the A17 Pro, uses a 3-nanometer process. Even the upcoming A18 and A19 chips will still stick to that same 3-nanometer tech, just more refined versions. But the A20, it's different. It's smaller, faster, and more efficient. In fact, this 2-nanometer chip is rumored to be 15% faster and could use up to 30% less power than the previous chip. That means better performance without draining your battery as quickly. Imagine using your phone for longer, even while doing heavy tasks like gaming or video editing. And there's more. The A20 might also come with a totally new chip layout, something called Wafer-Level Multi-Chip Module, or WMCM for short. In simple terms, this means the memory, the part that helps the phone run apps smoothly, could be placed much closer to the processor itself. What's the benefit? Less distance for data to travel means faster speeds and less heat. This could also help the iPhone run cooler, which usually means better battery life too. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Jeff Pugh believes this A20 chip won't just power the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max. It might also be used in Apple's first foldable phone, expected to be similar to the Galaxy Z Fold models. Imagine that. A foldable iPhone powered by one of the most efficient and powerful chips Apple has ever made. Of course, not everyone agrees. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo earlier said that all iPhone 18 models would have this 2-nanometer chip, but later, he changed his view, saying it will likely be just for the Pro models. Here's why this chip upgrade matters so much. Not just because it's faster. Honestly, most flagship phones are already super fast. What really makes a difference in everyday use is battery life and how cool your phone stays, even under stress.